Yup, yesterday, some bum came in here and stole all my keyboards, all my equipment and shit, man.
How the f are you gonna steal a plaque? What are you gonna do with that? Hang it on your wall like a weirdo? You can't pawn it. It's got somebody else's name on it.
Because everybody in the industry broke. They live on borrowed money.
Having $8 million makes you rich. You are not broke. 2026 is already a crazy year for producers. Some of the shit that I've seen in the news, posted on producer stories is just, here we go again, another bad year. I thought 2025 was going to be the end of it all. Myself included, I'm a producer and I just had to get my car completely fixed after a weather-related accident last night, which is fine because I'm rich off of YouTube. I love spending money on car repairs. Let's start with something positive. Here's Zaytoven revealing the secret for staying relevant after all these decades in the music business.
Believe it or not, those guys are some of the guys that keep me relevant as well, because Metro might be working on this big album. I'm gonna bring Zaytoven in because I want that type of sound to feel on. You know, I don't think they have to bring me in, but a lot of times I remember London calling me, man, this feel like your music. I want you to come in and finish doing this beat. I would have never been on that album if he didn't call me or whatever. So so I'm with collabing.
I love collaboration. I know producers get real weird, especially producers who aren't on the level of London and Metro. They get real weird about collaborating because they don't like sharing splits and this and that. And I've talked about this at great length. I don't know. I love collaborating. You just have to know who to collaborate with. So you have to do that extra work to figure out who's actually a solid business partner and who's maybe a weirdo. But beyond just that, I mean, we know that Zaytoven's been sampled before and very recently. So it's great to hear him be humble about collaborating with people, and it's great to hear that people are reaching out. Successful producers from a generation after him are reaching out, maybe a couple generations after him, reaching back out to him to share opportunities with him because they respect him. Maybe it's an Atlanta thing. I feel like there's a lot of that in Atlanta, but hopefully that spreads across the music producer community. Obviously, Whim Whammy is a hit song, sampled Zaytoven. Osama Sun recently sampled a Zaytoven track. I mean, that's happening a lot. A lot of old school producers have spoken out against that. They don't like that producers are now sampling hit songs from, a decade ago, and they call it lazy and uncreative. And one, I've done it before. For a hit song, I sampled another hit song from decades prior. Shout out to Timbaland for clearing the sample and being fair about it. But yeah, in the 2000s when I was digging, I was like, I can't sample anything past the 80s. I wouldn't even buy a record beyond the 80s. Now I'm like, In the 80s, they were sampling the 80s. In the 90s, they were sampling the 80s and the 70s. In the 2000s, they were sampling the 70s and the 80s. So now that we're in the year 2026, couldn't I sample the 90s and the 2000s, early 2000s? I don't know. Drop a comment. This is an unpopular opinion. I don't really want to argue with some of the greatest producers who disagree on this. It's not a hill I'm going to die on. It's just not something that I'm going to be strict about. This is crazy. I want to be respectful about this particular topic. God, Elon messed everything up on Twitter, whatever they're calling it now. The only reason I'm even covering this particular post is because Sonny Digital shared this particular post. He retweeted it, and that's how I saw it because we follow each other. Otherwise, I wouldn't even touch this. I don't want to give commentary on it. This is a horrible situation. Sonny Digital studio got burglarized. Maybe someone watching this knows something or can help. I don't know. We'll see. Keep an eye out.
Yup, yesterday, some bum-ass niggas came in here and stole all my keyboards, all my equipment and shit, man. Shit's so crazy because I look out for everybody so much, man. I'm not worried about the materials, man. We're gonna get all this stuff back. It's just the principle of it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, my boy. Now, I'm gonna give y'all the warning, yo. If y'all see anybody out there trying to sell any keyboards, little bum-ass nigga who ain't got the power cords for them, buy them and let me know, or let me know who's selling them and shit, though. I don't want y'all to get too bent out of shape, man. Remember, you gotta have money to go to war, sir.
I don't know how I would react to something like this happening. I just feel terrible that it happened. That's trash. What's crazy to me is, well, one, if obviously let Sonny Digital know if you get approached trying to buy one of these stolen keyboards. But the plaques part, how the fuck are you gonna steal a plaque from somebody? How the fuck? That doesn't even make sense. You're gonna you're gonna burglarize a studio and steal a plaque? They said billboard plaques, but I think they mean RIAA plaques. I'm looking around like, Yes, the plaques are expensive. They cost between $300 to $1,200 to get made, but they have my name on them. If you steal a plaque from me, what are you gonna do with that? Hang it on your wall like a weirdo? You can't pawn it. It's got somebody else's name on it. You can't sell it to another producer. It's got somebody else's name on it. What are you gonna do with that shit? Do you actually think a gold plaque is made out of gold, or a platinum plaque is made out of platinum, or a diamond plaque is made of real diamonds, you fucking moron? This is why every time I post a plaque, when I get a new plaque and people are always in the comment, where are you flexing, Payne? Oh, you got all these plaques, you think you're cool. When it's an accomplishment, yeah, it's cool to sell 500,000 to 1 million plus units of a project that you were a part of creating. But people get so bent out of it, and obviously it's insecurities on their part, but people get so bent out of shape. These are just trophies. It's not that serious. Why would you risk your life and freedom stealing one of these things when it's just a framed piece of plastic? I don't understand that. You can't sell an RIAA hologram. It has no street value. I don't understand any of that. I guess I get stealing the keyboards. It's not cool, obviously, but I don't understand stealing. There's some dumbass motherfuckers that did that shit. I don't know. I hope Sonny Digital gets his stuff back. Let's talk about something else that's super weird. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Producer Culture. Who else? Big Facts Podcast. Shout out to them. That's where that clip came from. This one, I don't believe is credited. Apologies for that. I don't have a source for this other than Rasona Sounds.
Because everybody in the industry broke. They live on borrowed money. If Baby got $8 million, his Discord account say $8 million negative. And he got to pay that back at a 70%, 100% recoup rate. That means Baby not making money. That means all the money he make go towards that balance.
And this applies to producers too. So this gentleman is saying, and I don't know who he's referring to when he says Baby, I assume Lil Baby. So if Lil Baby got an $8 million deal, but that $8 million is recoupable, he's saying Lil Baby is broke because his label account is at negative 8 million, which is true. If the label gives you an $8 million advance, you have to recoup that before you get paid again. But how is having $8 million considered as broke? I'm trying to a lot of people in the music business will not like me because of this, because I will argue and push back against this claim that somehow getting an advance is the same as being broke, or getting an advance is the same as a loan you have to pay back. It is not. Just because something is recoupable doesn't mean you owe. So by all means, give me $8 million and then tell me that I have to recoup it before I make any more. I'm cool with having $8 million. Having $8 million makes you rich. Even if after taxes you only have $4 million left, you are still rich. You are not broke. Only in the music business do we call that broke. I don't understand. And this bleeds over into music producers too, because they'll say the same thing. Don't take an advance because the advance just puts you into debt. Just take money on the back end. That doesn't make any type of sense. If I get a $10,000 advance for a beat, I have $10,000. I don't have to pay that back. I don't. It's mine. If it doesn't recoup, it doesn't recoup. If it does recoup, cool, I get more money. But that $10,000 is mine. If I get 10 for a beat and it only recoups 7,000, then I'm 3,000 up. But if my stupid ass listens to the internet and says, you know what, keep your 10,000, I just want the back end. And because of the way recoupment math works, I only make $3,000 when all is said and done, then I'm a dumbass because I just gave up $7,000. I don't get this conversation. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I guess everyone wants to just expose everyone in the music business as broke. To me, I don't know where you're from. $8 million is not broke to me. $1 million is not broke to me. $500,000 is not broke to me. Remember those PPP loans, the forgivable loans? That's to me more like what recoupment is. Except recoupment, so like PPP loan, you got $15,000 from the government during COVID lockdowns, and then they say, hey, you can just file this paperwork and we'll forgive the loan so you can keep that money. You don't have to pay it back. That's more like what an advance from a label is. The difference is the PPP loan amount is all you're gonna get. Theoretically, if your project or whatever project you're involved in at the label is successful, then you're going to make more money than the advance that you were given. So there's really no loss. I could see if the labels put something in the contracts, which I don't believe they do, I've never heard of it, where if the project doesn't recoup, you have to clean toilets for 5 years or something. Yeah, that's messed up, but that's not how it is. It's like it's a gamble on the label's part, and the label is always winning. Even when they lose, overall they're still winning. They are making a lot of money, especially after the Spotify licensing deal. And that's where things get ugly, because what I'm not doing is I'm not defending the labels by any means. I think recoupment is unfair. I think the fact that they buy out our masters and there's no reversion clause in the vast majority of all contracts, I think that's unfair. I don't think the labels are operating out of the goodness of their hearts when they give us these advances. But I would rather talk about that than sit around and try to act like getting an advance means you're automatically in debt. You're not in debt. Someone is giving you that money and they're not asking you to pay them back. They're just saying, all right, this is what we're going to give you. If this project generates more money on your account, well, we're going to start paying you additional money. It's probably not going to happen because the way labels do recoupment math is all fucked up and absolutely not transparent. So that's why I say just take the advance and pray for the best. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, cool. At least you made as much money as possible on the front end. That's my advice. If you don't have $8 million, actually, if you have $8 million, according to that video, you're broke. So appreciate all you broke ass bums watching my videos. I thought 2026 was going to make more sense, and so far it's not looking good, is it? I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Peace.